I published a video there a few weeks ago about an unusual and novel case, and it involved a YouTuber who was jailed or sentenced and convicted and sentenced to jail for posts identifying asylum seeker. The guy's name was Paul Nolan. He's 37 and he was sentenced to prison, a prison term for filming migrants outside IPAS Centre in Tala last year. He has now appealed that decision, and he has appealed the prison term, and he's appealed the conviction as well. An appeal date has been set, but there's one ironic thing about this. There's a novel thing about it, but there's an ironic thing as well. And the ironic thing is when you see the photograph in the Irish Times, and I'm relying on the Irish Times for this report. Tom Chute has done the report in the Irish Times. The novel, or the unique and ironic thing about this, is the degree to which, or the extent to which, this man, Paul Nolan, 37 years of age, has gone to make his own identity hidden. In other words, if you have a look on the screen there now, and I'll put a photograph up there from the Irish Times. This is copyright of the Irish Times. The photograph is by Tom Chute. The article is by Tom Chute. And have a look yourself and see, can you see anything ironic here with this man who thought it was all right to film asylum seekers in Tala, in an IPAS centre in Tala, but obviously has a different view when it comes to privacy rights, when it comes to his own situation. So he was the first person convicted and jailed in Ireland for online posts that jeopardised the anonymity of asylum seekers, and he's been given an appeal date in 2026. It's a priority appeal date. Paul Nolan, 37, he stood outside the International Protection Accommodation Service IPAS Centre in Tala in Dublin on 2 days in August of 2024, August last year. He was questioning residents, including teenagers, a young woman and 3 men, the Dublin District Court heard in the trial in September. In that hearing, Judge John Hughes noted that this was the first prosecution under the relevant law, which carries a possible 12-month prison term. Nolan received a 10-month sentence, with the final 3 months suspended if he completes probation, anger management counselling, stays away from IPAS centres for 2 years and removes the videos. Nolan is a father of 3. He told migrants in Tala that, quote, "In Ireland you have no right to privacy." As I say, there's an irony here, because if you look at the photograph I'm going to put up on the screen there, straight out of the Irish Times today or yesterday, Tom Chute's photograph, you'll see that this man is concerned about his own privacy. However, shortly after being jailed, he lodged an appeal to overturn his conviction and was released. The next stage of that process was mentioned before Judge Deirdre Brown at the District Court Appeals on Friday, when the hearing date was scheduled for the 18th of May next. The prosecutor, Oisin Clark BL, asked for the hearing to be given priority and to have a full day to be set aside for it. He has a defence counsel, Luke O'Higgins, agreed, and the judge noted that the district court trial had taken a day. The appeal judge granted legal aid to the unemployed appellant, who did not address the court. She also requested an Arabic interpreter to assist witnesses when the case gets underway. Nolan is from Mount Eagle Square, Leopardstown, Dublin, pleaded not guilty to charges of threatening and abusive behaviour under the Public Order Act. International protection applicants have the right to anonymity regarding the refugee application status. And some people have asked online, why have they got the right to anonymity? Well, if you think about it, if somebody is fleeing persecution or war, by definition, they are going to be at serious risk if they are, in fact, asylum seekers, genuinely at risk of persecution or perhaps being killed. Then it's a good idea, and the law recognises that it's a good idea, that they not be identified. He also denied 4 counts under Section 26 of the International Protection Act 2015, which makes it an offence to publish or broadcast information likely to identify an applicant without consent. The incidents happened on August the 22nd and the 24th, 2024 at St John's House, a migrant accommodation centre on High Street, Tala, Dublin 24. His videos included 3 men, one with 2 teenage sons who were also questioned, plus another 15-year-old boy and his 22-year-old sister. Video evidence showed one was threatened. Judge Hughes called Nolan's conduct repeated, premeditated and targeted. He found him guilty, and the judge had said Nolan used, quote, a tissue of lies wrapped in a shroud of pseudo-citizen journalism, unquote. While sentencing, the judge called Nolan's actions a disgraceful, glorious display of rudeness, hyena-like behaviour and ignorance. Nolan claimed he went to investigate a demonstration as an untrained citizen journalist for his YouTube channel. Hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up button down below. Thanks a lot.